The parents pictured right here were sentenced to 50 days in prison for homeschooling their 2 daughters in Brazil. Their so-called crime? They dared to direct their kids' education according to their faith and family values without forcing the state's gender and sex education or tolerance and curriculum.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Duck. Listen, y'all will not believe this. The government is putting parents in prison for homeschooling their own children.
Can you imagine? I think, what are they doing, 2 months in prison? Absolutely crazy story.
This is a shocking story that came across our desk this week. Parents face prison sentence for homeschooling after court accuses them of intellectual neglect.
Can you imagine? I think, what are they doing, 2 months in prison? Absolutely crazy story.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Duck. I'm back with a very important video again, okay? Listen, make sure you go to ubuntuapparel.com. That's our clothing line. The link is below. If you're on YouTube, click one of those shirts below. That's how y'all can go to our YouTube store. And I just want to say double salute to everybody that ordered anything. Thank y'all so much. And double salute all my monthly subscribers and all my monthly members, all y'all. Thank y'all so much. Now listen, I need y'all to pay close attention to this, because this could happen to you, a family member, anybody you know that's close to you. And when I break this down, it's going to make so much sense. Now, first, you must understand, America's a corporation. We talk about this all the time, but for my newbies, all right, America is in the United States of America, this is just a corporation, a company like any other corporation. That's why you have a vice president. That's why you have a president, so forth and so on. Now, when you sign a birth certificate, you sign your child over to this corporation, and everybody that's born within the American soil on this corporation's land, you are considered an employee. This gonna make so much sense. I need y'all to pay close attention. So now that you done signed your child over to this corporation, right? They must put your child in this 12-step brainwash camp, which is school, not to be educated, but to be trained. Okay? What's Rockefeller's favorite quote? I want to create a nation of workers, not thinkers. School teach you what to think, not how to think. Once your child go through this 12-step brainwash camp or this training, your child becomes of economic value to the United States, okay? Because like I keep trying to tell people, when you go to college, right, you learn a skill set, right, just to come back out here in the field and help build America up. You take nothing with you because you own nothing. They just do it in a slick ass way. Crazy part is you have to pay for this shit. So you pay for this fucked up education. You come back out here in the field. These are still slave terms. In the field. Which field you going to school for? You going for finances? You're going for being a doctor? Whatever field you're going to be educated in, you're going to come right back out here in America and help build this corporation up. Because when you die, you take nothing with you. You never own nothing, okay? So therefore, when you homeschool your child, they want to make sure you're instilling them with the right curriculums, brainwashing tactics, so that this can continue on. See, they know a lot of us who want to brain school, but a lot of us who want to homeschool our children, we know better. And they know we know better. Why? Because they do studies on everything. I keep telling y'all, when you see these people asking questions, or they doing this, they are studying you. All these dating shows you see on TV, they are studying you. So once they study us, they know, oh, well, these group of people here want to homeschool their children. They're trying to break them away from the mental chains. And that's our problem in America. You are subscribing to a life that you have no idea of how this shit works. People don't know no idea how courts work, how money work, okay? You must understand, even when you go to jail, crime is linked to monetary value. You are a vessel. When you have a straw man, which is the second entity of you, right? When your name in all caps, that's the business entity of you. When you go to court, you say, hey, are you James such and such? You say, yes, I'm James such and such. You just gave them permission to hold you accountable for your fictitious you, your business side of you, because you can't do personal to business. It has to be from business to business, which tells you that a person, once you're born, you are considered a business in America. You are a corporation. And that's why when you die, you are a corpse. A corpse is a dead corporation or non-existent corporation. This is why when you get married, you share last names. Has nothing to do with love. It's all about business. But they done fooled us. That's why I say you're subscribing to a life you have no idea how this works. But this is why they'll take you to jail, because they want to make sure you're teaching them children to stay dumb, deaf, and blind. And those who want to teach them children, different, to know the difference, because we know now. You can look back right now and see how the shit you went to school and learned, that you don't even apply none of that shit, because it was all to bring you up to speed in order to be controlled. Just enough to where you could count. Just enough to where you can read. Just enough to where you are fearful and you will rely on that safety net, that paycheck. They don't want you to be a boss. They don't want you to own a business. You have to understand, okay, how much money you have, you need workers. It doesn't matter. You can have $1 trillion. That money ain't gonna get out there and build buildings. It ain't gonna get out there and fight crime and do all this other. You still need people. This is why these systems are set up, and this is why we are playing a game we have no idea we're playing. And remind you, it doesn't matter if you're white. I say that a lot because I want white people to understand you're being fucked over too. We're all under the same scrutiny, bro. Don't wait till that water rise so high to where you can't get yourself out of it. I'm telling you right now, you are no different than nobody else. May have a few amenities here. You may have people where they see you and see your skin color and may not be scared, or they, whatever the case, whatever those little amenities is, it doesn't amount to shit to what these people are doing to us all. Okay? And I'm just scratching the surface. I can go to the point where I can show you you're being looked at as when you're dealing with the law of the land and the law of the sea. We're talking about maritime law. It's only two laws: law of the land and law of the sea. Right? You're considered under maritime law because you're coming in under your mother's water, or out of your mother's water, which is maritime law. When your mama water break, when your mama go to the delivery room and dock with the doctor, and when you come out, you're the manifest, meaning you're a man or a woman. I mean, it's a boy or girl, whatever the case may be, as far as gender goes, right? That's the manifest. And this is why once you sign that birth certificate, you're signing this package over, or this vessel over, to the corporation. And you might say, damn, this sounds crazy, it sounds stupid. You don't understand, man. You're subscribing to live in a world, right, that you have no idea how this motherfucker works. Okay? So this is why they will take you to jail. Because if you're not instilling these children with the right, proper education, what they would call it, to be controlled later on in life, you're disrupting their agendas, and they can't have that. That's why I told y'all, God did not come down and say we got to go to their jails, or we got to abide by their laws or their rules, or go to their fucking courts. This is the bullshit they came up with. They came up with all this bullshit. The forefathers wrote the Constitution to the point where dead people can make more money than people that's alive. That makes no sense. They own everything. You own nothing. You leave this bitch with nothing. So let's go back over this shit again. You go to school. You go to school to be educated, but you're not being educated. You're being trained. Okay? You're being trained to be told what to do. You're being trained to be a worker. All right? So you go to school, you'll be trained, and if you want to go a step further and go to college, right? You're going to find, to educate, be educated in a different field. So when you come out of college, you're coming in America, you're building this bitch up some way or another. I'm gonna give you some examples. I always use these examples. If you is a doctor, if you work in any type of in the medical industry, you're going to be helping them make sure that we don't be cured. Doctors can't even use the word cure. You're going to be selling and distributing patented drugs. You learn nothing about minerals when you go to school. Anybody who ever been to school for medical or doctor, anything, tell me, put in the comments, what have you learned about minerals? Everything is a mineral deficiency. All this shit stems from mineral deficiencies. Okay? So you're going to help them make sure a bitch don't be cured. Fast food, you're going to help them pass out food that's going to make sure we got diabetes, high blood pressure, and everything in between. Right? All this education is really false education. I hate to tell y'all this. It's all lies. And this is why they want to be in control of the lies that are told. And once these lies have been told to you so much, it becomes fact in your mind. This is what we call cognitive dissonance. This is where your mind develop a truth about something you've been told your whole life. So if somebody like me come along and say, hey, salt ain't as bad as you think it is. Table salt is. Table salt is bad, but not natural salt. It's not bad. The crazy part is when you go in and you go to, from hyperventilating and all this other shit, and they give you saline. What you think saline is? Saline ain't nothing but salt. They can word that shit how they want. At the end of the day, saline is salt. So if I told you salt ain't bad for you, your brain automatically challenges that. They know that you don't. This is why they do shit in repetition. This is the law of repetition, or the law of consistency. So what I'm telling y'all is this. Everything you learn in this world, unlearn and relearn. It's all a lie. You're playing a game, you know absolutely no rules to it. And I'm just scratching the surface. If you want to know a lot about shit, go read the UCC. Go read the UCC on how you are considered a vessel, on how, if you do something, they can take the vessel or you as property and put you in a warehouse. What is a warehouse? A warehouse is jail. And you stay in that warehouse until that debt is exceeded or paid off through performance. This is what makes you a slave. We'll get into that another time. So you can have a surety bond, or you can have a performance bond. And see, they'll make it seem like this is dealing with a warehouse dealing with a business. What I just told you, when you're born as a person, you're considered a corporation. All this shit is business. See, we just get fucked up over the word, the verbiage. But I'm telling you, man, these people are playing a fucked up game on all of us. And I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't matter what color you are. Black, white, it don't fucking matter. It's the top against the bottom. That's all it is. And because we got a black judge. We got a black sheriff. Man, you can have a black, whatever the fuck you want to have. We got plenty of motherfucking black faces in high places. Still the same motherfucking thing going on. Y'all must understand, money is a tool. That tool is what controls us because of the energy that it has. That's all it is a promissory note. You have to understand, when a lot of these laws, they're not worried about us. Remember, we go to their schools. They teach us what we know. Everything we know came from them, our enemy. Them people ain't even worried about our ass. All the laws that they put in place is really for those who do know. The ones at the top. Not the fake Masons, the real ones. Yeah, the real ones. Because they can double cross each other. They're not worried about we what they call. I don't even want to say the word because they be, but we ain't shit to them. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we is nothing to these people. It's the top against the bottom, okay? And the laws that they come up with is to make sure that the power at the top doesn't go against each other. This is laws of physics. You can't run a bicycle to a train. We're considered the bicycle. They are the train. But up top where they at, those are trains. And you can run trains to trains, okay? It's just simple mathematics. So what I'm telling y'all is this, man. You playing a game that is like 100% designed to scramble your signal, confuse you, to give you fake education. And you got people with PhDs on the wall, master degrees on the wall, master degrees. Slavery dealing with fields. When you go to college, you're going to go for a field. What field you working in? You're going to get your master's. All this shit ties in because this is another way they can whitewash us through text or through verbiage. Okay? I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm just trying to explain to y'all. Basically, in layman's terms, when it comes to courts and things like that, there's terms, legalese like masters, property, surety bonds, fields. All these things play a major part, right? And you have no idea of what the fuck is going on. And it's by design. Okay? Like I told you go to court, you got legalese. This is a whole nother fucking language. Even the judges don't know what it is. But anyway, this your boy Papa Duck. I just broke it down on why you will go to prison for homeschooling your children by not instilling them with what they want you to have. And they can step in and implement what they want you to have. They could step in and say, hey, you ain't teaching them this. Teach them this. This is why you're gonna always have a certifier to certify you. Okay? Who is the certifier? This is the overseer. This is the person that says yay or nay, right? But up to whose standards? Because as you see, everything we do based on what they say we should do, it puts us in a position to be compromised every time, because this is just about them having control over us. That's it. But anyway, man, hopefully y'all, I ain't all over the place, and hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. And put your comments on the bottom of this video, man. It's just really common sense. It's just time we start to fucking come together and understand we're all in this fight, because these people, once they move to AI 100%, like I told you, you cannot defeat a robot. They got drones that coming in and boom. They got they got drones the size of flies. Drone could be in your house right now, recording everything, seeing everything. You will not fucking know. You have to understand, these people are not planning for today, or they're not planning for the weekend. They planning for the rest of eternity. You understand? Okay. Put your comments on the bottom of the video, man. I love y'all. Like I tell y'all all the time, man. I need all the support I can get. All the support I can get. But like I tell you all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I'll get with y'all on the next one, man. Love.